Let's get some analysis now from Hannah Ajala-Rahman, who is an Africa analyst. She joins us live now from Lagos in Nigeria. It's good to have you on the program. Now, what are some potential scenarios that we could witness if a military intervention does indeed take place?
Well, to be honest with you, this isn't the first time that we've seen this happen across the African continent. I mean, once upon a time, I reported about this in, again, other parts of the continent where civilians are annoyed of the way that the president have handled and mistreated people. And it's gotten to the point where it's gone beyond the civilians. We've got military action coming in, invading and literally taking over. We've seen a mixture of different opinions. There are a lot of people that are in favor of this coup. And then you've got a Western lens where countries like Russia and France are a little bit worried considering the strong relationship and ties that they already had with countries like Niger.
Right, you mentioned Russia and France. I'm going to get into France in a bit, but we are hearing that the junta has asked the Wagner Group for some support. What role could they potentially play in all of this?
I think it's just the materials. The materials is one thing that makes Niger quite an attractive country when it comes to exporting. For example, uranium is a really popular tool that's used for energy in countries such as Russia and other European countries as well. So there's almost that fear that because of this coup, that means that this relationship will eventually become tainted and the reliance that they have on this country in the continent will be close to zero if the coup was to fully overtake the president.
Right. However, Nigerians feel a lot differently when it comes to the French. We can vividly see that during the protests. They've been very vocal about not wanting the presence of French troops on Niger land. Give us a sense of why they don't want the French presence in their country and whether or not you see a diplomatic solution on the horizon at this point.
I mean, if we're going to go far back, it's going back to colonialism, right? It's going back to a lot of African individuals just wanting to reclaim their space, reclaim things that were stolen from them hundreds of years ago, and wanting to deal with whatever's happening in their land amongst the people that are from the land. And there would be a lot of people that agree with the fact that the reason why many African countries are struggling economically, financially, is because of the constant reliance that countries in Africa have had on the West. So it almost seems like it's like a bit of a revival and, again, just taking back what's theirs.
All right, Hannah Ajala-Rahman, thank you so much for being with us here on TRT World. It was a pleasure speaking to you.